Anton, last year you tried to beat David Goggins' world record in pull-ups in 24 hours.
hmm
Why have you set this goal?
because I had a huge goal to run 100K, and when I managed to do it, I decided to try to have some endurance. I decided to try have endurance training also in pull-ups and push-ups, and I decided to try 10 hours pull-ups and then 10 hours of push-ups, and I liked it because you uh, I got cool experience, like how to overcome myself, how to get through hard things. But I also forgot about this then, because I prepared for 100 miles. And after 100 miles, I saw like David Goggins did 4,030 pull-ups in 17 hours, and I'm like, what is it possible? And I decided to try to prepare for it. And after 400 days of preparation to it, I decided to try. And after 19 hours and 10 minutes, I did 4,118 pull-ups.
So you mentioned that after you started to do a long distance running, like running for 100K, you first only after that you first met David Goggins. I mean, not personally, of course, but just read
I saw
about
it.
him, yeah, and saw him. So, have you actually read his book, Can't Hurt Me?
No, I don't, because I didn't even know that he has a book. But I think, and I also saw my friends change their life after this book, and I think this book is amazing.
Because when I first texted you like a couple of years ago when we firstly met, I was um, I was really wondering whether you have read this book or not because, as you said, like your friends who read this book, it changed their lives,
Yes.
and for me it was similar because when I read it first, it really resonated with me a lot. Even though I had different things that was already going on in my life, I had enough motivation for doing many things. But this book really changed me a lot, and I started to run and. Like literally the next day after reading the book, I decided to do 4x4x48 challenge, which
Crazy.
is yeah, which is running for 4 miles every 4 hour for
48
48
hours.
hours. Yes, and after that, I really realized that I can do so many things, so many more things that I wasn't even thinking possible for me. So that's why when I first saw you on YouTube, your videos, I didn't really know that you live somewhere close to the place I live, and I was surprised. I was almost sure that you also read the book because the people who do those things that I've seen in my life, they all have read the book, and you haven't. So you naturally have this motivation, or you developed it. So before we move on to the next questions, I just want to know this. So you haven't done pull-ups for 24 hours, but you did 19, and it's actually really insane because how many pull-ups you said it is?
I said 4,118 pull-ups that time.
Yes, and for me it sounds crazy because it is literally some action that you do nonstop for 19 hours, which literally involves a few muscle groups. And I wouldn't say it's really dangerous, but it sounds so because you don't like in running you so many muscles involved, right? And in pull-ups it's only a few. So can you walk me through your preparation that you did to do 19 hours of pull-ups?
I did while in work. First of all, it was my main priority during the week. I also did strength workout. I mean, I just put on weight, vest, and do some pull-ups. Also push-ups. And then I also try to pay attention to intensity work. I mean, I did 300 pull-ups in 1 hour, then in 50 minutes, 40 minutes, to test my speed, doing 4 pull-ups every minute, 5 pull-ups every minute, and so on. But my main priority was doing 300 pull-ups in 1 hour, 500 pull-ups, and by this, I did it.
Was it mostly for yourself, or you later realized that you can make a video? Because this video is the first, as I know, went viral on your channel. Like it got 100k views. So was it only the overcoming your some hard thing, or it was some other ideas?
I think it both. I wanted to share this story, and I wanted to test myself, what I can do.
The other thing that you're extremely good at is waking up at 3 a.m. every day. And this is honestly ridiculous because, especially in Russia in winter, you you can't get any light till probably 10 or 11 a.m.
Yes.
So do you, the first question is, do you use any artificial light, or do you wake up purely with an alarm or without alarm?
First of all, I need to mention that I don't wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning every day, because some things happening, like
Shit
traveling.
happens.
Yeah, some things happen, and I just can. I have late meetings, late things that because of what I can wake up this time, but I try to do my best and wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning as often as it possible. But yeah, you don't have sun for so long time, like 7 hours, I think, and I just started to use uh, a lot of amount of light. Like, I turn on light everywhere in my house to uh, show my body that it's already morning. And I also use a lot of sensors, like alarm, sound, light, to get out of to to get my body out of sleep condition.
Was it hard in the beginning?
Yeah, of course, every day is hard.
Is it still hard?
It's still hard. I usually wake up, and 20 minutes before running, it feels like, fuck, I don't want to do anything. I want to sleep. I want to forget about anything. And but after warm up, and after when you start to run, uh, this this condition gone. This condition gone away. Go,
Disappearing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, go away.
Okay, got it. So you briefly mentioned that you have some about 20 minutes after you waking up, you sit. So can you tell me what is your morning routine that you do now?
I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Then I do my bed, do some hygiene. Then I warm up my body for running. I do some pull-ups, some push-ups, to speed my bloodstream. And then I go for a run. I run from 10k to 20k a day. After this, I get shower. I have showered, and then I study English. I study English for 30 minutes a day. Then I read my principles, because principles my rules of my life. It's rules of my life that help me to follow these rules and live that life that I want to live. Then I read something, some books. Mostly it's biology, biology, physiology, and so on. And after that, it's 7 a.m. and I have breakfast. And after breakfast, I do my work.
So how uh, like when do you usually have breakfast? How long time does it take to do running, to do all this routine, to read books?
It takes, I think, 4 hours, about 4 hours, and then I have breakfast and morning fish.
So you usually don't have breakfast like for about 4 hours after you waking up.
When you're traveling or you need to go somewhere or even do like ultra marathon, ultra high volume training, that takes 5 hours of your time and so on. You, of course, I do breakfast so earlier than I usually do it.
Yeah, but I mean, uh, in your daily routine, when you out of preparation for marathon or are you out of doing ultra running, do you usually have some snacks before you do some workout, or you just directly go to your?
No, I don't
You don't
have.
have any snacks.
No,
Okay, that sounds that
I
sounds
run with empty
stomach.
stomach.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's interesting because I find it hard for myself to do this. I have some like snack like banana every morning before I go to work out.
but it's also a good thing
Yeah,
because it charges you. I just do it because it became light for me to run when you don't have anything there, and it's also motivate you to run and do all the thing uh, to get breakfast because you want to eat so much that you don't need anything.
so you run faster.
No, it just increase your motivation to do these things, to get through some hard things. Like I also don't want to study English or read some or run for 1 hour or 2 hours. But I know that after that I will have crazy breakfast, and it's cool.
Got it. How? What is the calorie amount of your breakfast usually, if you count it?
Ooh, I think 1,000 to 1,500, somewhere like there. Yeah, breakfast is huge for me. Um, I mean, breakfast is always huge calories amount.
Yeah,
It's always huge amount of calories.
got it. So we briefly talked about doing the hard things. And I think the thing that is missing here is the understanding of why you came to this realization that you want or you need to do the hard things. So what were the reasons behind this? And when you noticed, like at what age, or maybe at what period of your life you noticed that you have to do it or you really want to do it?
I had a huge problem when I was 13 years old with pornography. I eat sweetie food and so on, and I also had huge stress from my father because he drink alcohol, smoking, and so on, and this affected to me good because I don't want to do this thing because I don't want to be like him. But because I had huge amount of stress, I need to somewhere get through it, get away it, get rid of this. And pornography and sweetie food helped me a lot to manage my stress, to get away from stress. But it was always temporary. Stress uh, came came again, and this problem, like pornography, uh, led me to really dangerous place when usual for you usual content like you just watch some videos. That usual content is nothing for you more, and you need to something harder and harder and harder. And I watched that type of content that what the fuck I did. And when I wanted to repeat this in my real life. I realized that what do I do? Is it that life that I want to live? And I think this point changed my life so huge. I started to find a way how to get rid of this addiction, how to fix my diet, how to fix my mental health. Because when you watch this for hours a day, you don't think about anything except this. And I spent about 2 years to get rid of this. And now I don't face with it for 3 years in a row. And I think it was a huge point, that deep point, when I started to develop and start to this discipline.
I
and
s-
and the hard things, uh, I realized that if you do easy things, your life is becoming harder. It's become harder. But when you do hard things, your life is became easy because you get through hard things. You adapt for these hard things. You adapt for this stress that these hard things give you. And for you, like usual moments, your usual problem is nothing, because you remember what you gone through, what you went through. And I think this meaning of hard things is huge for me.
I think, as you said, as you mentioned, that it happened at the age around 13, the worst point. I think it's such a huge realization at this age, because for many people, it lasts for much longer time, and maybe at the age of like 20 or even 25, 30 years old, they still in this point when they kind of do those things. They want to change something, they don't have enough courage to change it, to flip this.
Hmm.
And so, as you said, it was not any particular event, but it was just some accumulation of some negative moments in your life that affected you in so big way that you decided to change it, right?
Hmm.
So I wonder, have you, so at this point when you realized that, you obviously had no like expertise in doing hard things. What was your first step, if you remember?
I think I just decided to uh, bring in my life good habits, like read books, run 1K a day, um, study English without any reason. Just do it. And try to manage my diet, to eat healthy food, get away from unhealthy food. And I think this beginning, uh, it was my beginning.
Have you managed to get rid of those bad habits immediately, or it lasted for some time?
As I mentioned before, it was 2 years.
Two
I
years.
spent 2 years to get rid of this fully. But I also have these moments now um, when you addiction is that thing that you studied your mind, and when you study it, you can't forget about it. And because you can't forget about it, this thing is always behind of you, is always behind. And if you distract from if you forgot about this start to fight you in your mind. And I still have these moments when this thing behind me attack me, so I always fight.
So it gives you some awareness of every moment that you have to use some tools that you develop to not to let your natural desires go without your control, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, got it. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is running every day, and you're also very good at it. So, um, I want to know up to this day how many days already you did running every day.
I've been running since November 15, 2020. Uh, Today is 1,341 or for 2 days since I run every day. And I was inspired by Hella Good. Is that guy was running still from May 15, 2017 or 16.
Is he running still?
Yes, he's
Really?
still
Okay.
3,000 days in a row.
Wow.
And I usually, at that time, I didn't know that it's possible. And also, I wanted to try. I want to try to do it every day, something every day. And I not only decided to do it in running, I also decided to do it in pull-ups, push-ups, reading, studying English, and other things.
So, in terms of running, is it um, do you feel some special influence of this on your day, on your motivation? What is how it looks now for you? This process of doing, is it like a things that you have to do, or it is just some things that you really want to do because it brings you happiness? Because, for example, listening to David Goggins, he's saying that he's doing it because it is so hard, and he wants to overcome himself because he feels that his brain wants to quit, right? His brain don't want to do these things, so he pushes himself to do running every day even though it hurts so much. So I just want to know, for you, is it the same, or you really enjoy the process, or it is something in the middle?
It is like, okay, 1K is easy thing. 5K is easy thing. 10K it's possible for me. 20K I need to put a lot of efforts to do it. And what is the next of after 20K? It's hard for me. Um, I think easy task for everybody is easy, but I also have hard things in running, hard things in pull-ups and push-ups. Uh, I just have that point when it's possible for me, like 10K, 100 pull-ups, some 500 pull-ups, and so on. But I also have a lot of hard moments that start from 20K, for example, from 1,000 pull-ups and 1,000 push-ups, and so on. So I think it's both. I like sometimes it, and mostly I don't like it because I do really sometimes hard volume.
What is your daily volume now?
I try to run at least 20K a day, but
Wow.
sometimes, like now, I'm here. Sometimes, because of this late meeting and so on, I need to wake up late, and because I wake up late, I can run 10K. I just have 1 hour because then I need to ride somewhere. But when I'm in usual circumstances, I try to do 20K a day.
20K a day, that's really impressive.
Thank you.
So you use the watch that is the watch which tracks your behavior, your heartbeat, and I know that for ultramarathon runners, for long distance runners, they have this thing which becomes at some point a problem of their health, that their heartbeat gets really low, especially at night at sleep. So it really becomes a problem for them, that the heart can not literally can stop at some point, but heartbeat can be too low. So do you? I just because you have this watch, you probably know your heartbeat. Do you have a really low heartbeat, or what is the what is the value?
I
See?
remember that moment when I remember that moment vividly when I woke up at 4 a.m. Because before that I did some crazy stuff and I need to wake up 1 hour later, and I saw my watch and I saw 31 heartbeat, and
Wow.
I'm like, what? I didn't believe that. Try to I tried to measure this by my hand, and it was 35. That
Wow. So it's almost the same. But that's I would say it's dangerous, I think.
I don't think, because when the body get through some volumes, this type of volume, when you run for 37 hours for 2 days in a row, uh, he adapt. He adapts to this volume by increasing his own volume of
It's on volume.
yeah.
Yeah. The thing I wanted to ask you for so long time is the last year I was running a lot, and I ran a marathon barefoot, and I
Yeah.
also I was preparing for it, of course for a long time, and also I did the first ultra, but it was small compared to what you do. It's only 52 kilometers.
Your barefoot marathon is still crazy than what I did before.
That was an interesting thing actually. So, anyways, I had some volumes last year, and I was running, I was training, and I was also motivated partly by you actually to run every day. So I managed to do 150 days in a row.
Crazy.
Not that much as you did, but so it felt good. It felt good, honestly. But I noticed that it makes me think in the same way every single day. And I mean, it is because it is not something creative, because it is some routine that I was doing every single day. So I kind of felt stuck in the end because I didn't really I could not find any new ideas in my life. I could not really develop any new things because I knew that I have to do, say, 5K a day, and I was doing it every single day, and I was getting this reward from doing it. But at the same time, I was not evolving. I was not creating any new patterns in my behavior, and I really felt comfortable at this point. So, do you have, like, first of all, do you have the same thing, the same feeling?
Yes, and I do. I just increased my volume. If I feel comfortable with 5K, like I felt, so I decided to increase the volume. I mean, before that, I had 5K as minimal, and I run it. But I usually don't run it because I did it when I can't do high volume, and I do my minimum 5K as minimum. Now my minimal is 10K, and it feels also comfortable, and I think I also need to increase it. I think when some things became comfortable for you, you need to increase their volume, their intensity, their maybe change them, and because being comfortable in something, yeah, you can grow anywhere. But I think in types of consistency, it's also growing, because I don't know, maybe you observe these moments, like when you can think about something, clean your mind from any thoughts, and get rid of or create some ideas in your head while running. And I think it's also growing even when it's comfortable for you to run 5K a day. You just it's also a thing when you clean your mind, uh when you create something, some ideas, when you solve some problems in your head. I think it's also a cool idea, even with this way.
It is, yeah. I was observing myself while doing 5K a day, and it definitely helps you to sort things out, to get some bad things out of your head, for sure. But I also, as I mentioned, it really felt like a new comfort zone, like a new that I created for myself. So as you said, like you can increase volumes, but I don't really think that you can increase volumes every single day or every
Of
single week.
course.
So you, for example, you do 20K, you do it at least for a couple of months, I guess, or even more. So I still because I went through through this experience, I still don't understand how can we design our routine so it will actually lead us out of the comfort zone and not become the comfort zone by itself. So, what do you think about it?
Also about your last question, you also can do test day when you do test. It's like I mean, when you usually run 5K a day and you feel comfortable, you can choose one. You can choose one day in a week when you do crazy thing like you did 5K every day, but on Sunday you do 20K or 50K or something else, or 5K hike, or 5K 5,000 50,000 steps or something else, and this already will get you out. This already will get you out of comfort zone. The next question is, what do you?
How can we design our routine? Say if it is running every day, how can we design it so it's not going to be a comfort zone by itself, but it will actually help us to get out of comfort zone on a daily basis.
I think we can, like in running, find a new route, find somewhere, somebody that to run together. I think also add some things like weight when you run. Uh, uh, what about workouts? It's also we can manage intensity. We can also train with somebody who was a lot stronger than me, a lot stronger than we are, because we can endure his volume, and for us it will grow. We also can use uh, what can I say also? Mm, I think it's enough. We I really don't know what to answer because I think increasing your volume, increasing strain intensity to train with somebody who was stronger a lot than you, it's also way change your routine that seems boring.
So one of as you said, um, it is some it is some tricks that we can apply to do things that actually harder for us than just things that we used to do every day, which became easy on a daily basis. One of the takeaways that I got from reading "Can't Hurt Me" is to do things that is really difficult, but most importantly, the things that I really don't want to do, but helps me to grow every single day. And I was good at this in the beginning, but later I found it very difficult for me to find those things because I actually don't have an explanation why it happens, but I sometimes I was sitting for half an hour and was thinking what which thing I can do, but um, I sometimes I think some of I just honestly I feel I find some excuses to not to do those things, or they are too easy, or they are not good enough. So do you have any protocol or any way how you find those hard things, and even like do you do this on a regular basis, or you already have this in your mind that you say as you mentioned, you run 20K every day, but on Sunday you go 100K, or, like do you already design those hard steps, or you still have hard times to find those?
Uh, Do you mean to find difficult things?
Yes, correct.
Uh, I think for me everything is fucking hard. Still, 10K sometimes is hard. 100 pull-ups sometimes is still hard. But uh,
But once you do it every day, it becomes easier and easier. It becomes your routine, right? So how you really avoid this? Like you said a couple of examples, like to find someone who is stronger than you, to set a test for yourself. But what else in terms of so these things can be good for workout, for running, but in general in life, do you have any tips for people how can we actually find these things that can help us to get out of comfort zone?
uh, for example, like do you bet people first of all when we wake up they take their phone and
Right.
watch some news, some they uh they get this useless information for what for nothing. And I think first of all we can do our bed, don't take our phone until we do some warm up, some clean mind, uh, some to just clean your head. Don't bring something there. Don't bring something there. Um, and this really good thing because when you take phone, when you have this information, have this useless information, you already uh, create the condition for your day. You start your day from just useless thing. Your day will useless because you did because at the first second when you wake up uh you do useless thing and you choose this useless thing. You don't you didn't choose awareness. You didn't choose to do what you really need to do. So I think first of all is to get rid of phone at the morning. Second, we also can uh, we also have some problems with social media. We can clean this because now in this world there's a lot
So much of noise.
so much of noise, yeah, that useless for our mind, for our life, that didn't help anywhere any for anything. And if we clean this, we can think about our life. We can think about, okay, what can I do for to achieve this goal, to achieve this goal, to get rid of this addiction, to get rid of this thing, and so on. But when you have mind where it's a lot information that you consumed at the morning, at the day, and so on, you don't think about it because you think about this information, and you because your mind is not empty, not it's fully of shit. It's full of shit.
Correct. Yeah. Definitely. Do you think that this approach to life, when you stick to search for hard things and improve yourself daily, is the way to isolate yourself from others? Because as you said, say you manage to become better, you don't use your phone anymore when you wake up, and you don't read news but messages also, and you mostly concentrate on your work and on improving yourself. Can it really be a negative factor for your social life because you choose a different path from many other people?
I think now because we don't go to forest or live alone, we also have message. We also have ability to chat with somebody and to connect with somebody. So yeah, uh, for somebody you can like uh, somebody want to more attention from you, and if you but you also have your own things that you need to pay attention to it to improve your life, to achieve what you need. I think good friends, good people can understand this, can understand that sometimes you can be busy, sometimes you can't go somewhere with them, sometimes you uh, don't chat with them because you do some work. Uh, if you have that people that negative, they will also hate you because you don't pay enough attention to them, you forgot about them and so on. uh, what what friends, what relationship with them, if you can um, just answer them and so on, they can think about anything, and they can judge about, and they can judge you for, and they can judge you for anything else, because they understand, they don't understand. I think, yeah, but right people always understand what you do, they also will support you because they see that you do right thing, that you don't throw ocean down. So
Okay. Uh, I want to ask you some personal question, and you're free not to answer it, because you mentioned that one of among the negative factors that you had in your childhood at 13 years old, apart from pornography, was your father who was drinking some drinking alcohol. Was um, your um, your evolution, your change, how you, the way you changed yourself, was it some factor for him to change, or he's same, he wasn't changing?
mom and at some point he really started to change. He started to do push-ups.
Wow.
Yeah. My mom started to do push-ups, but my mom was also friendly with me, and they also, and she read books now, she also do some physical activity. But my father, I talked with him and he said that he don't want to get rid of this addiction. I asked him why, because and he just answered that I don't want to do it. And if you want to help somebody that has this addiction, I think you can't do anything if this person think that he want to do it. First thing, he need to decide to do. He need to decide to get rid of this by his own free will, uh, and then you can affect on him by your example. But also, uh, but also have a good example, like you train, you read and study something, and when your father sees this, I think it's also effect on him, and he start to think, yeah, alcohol or smoking or something else is a really bad thing. Because his son feels amazing. He has good relationship. His life, he's happy even doing this thing, and I think at some point of life, at some point of his life, he will come to these conclusions.
Do you feel hopeless, or do you feel bad because you are hopeless to change your father's mind?
Um, no, I think because no, I think yes. I think yes because he's my father, and I want to. My mom, my father lived. My mom and my father live a good life, a healthy life, happy life, and because addiction is that thing that change inner side of yourself,
Sure.
and people just choose to do it not because they really want, but because the addiction thing activate that part of your brain that responsible for wanting. They don't even they don't even like to do it. First, when they start to do it, they liked it, but after a long time they just do it because they want to do it. They feel bad if they don't do it. And I clearly understand my father that his body just adapted for alcohol. His brain structure changed. Amygdala, pre- prefrontal cortex. He can control himself. He can control herself. He can
Himself.
he can control himself. And but I think first of all he need to came to his own conclusions that this is bad thing. And there's a lot of pros. There's a lot of minuses of doing this thing.
What do you mean? Of addiction, you mean?
I Yeah.
Right. Okay. So the other thing I wanted to ask you is some ideas that I saw in your channel, and for those who who doesn't know, Anton has a channel in Telegram, which is dedicated to motivation and also to encouraging people to do things they want to do for so long time but they cannot. And the ideas that I saw in your channel that repeating frequently is to do some doable thing. And I mean, not to set some certain goals. Say if I don't know how to run, if I haven't ran for my entire life, but I want to start running, not to set a certain big goal like to run a 5K or to run 10K, but instead to find some minimal that you can do, but to do it consistently. Can you tell me briefly why it is so, why it is better or it is even best?
I think there's two ways. First way is when you can do a small thing but every day, and you can grow naturally for so long time. And second way, when you can sharply move, sharply fail, sharply move again, and move to what you want. And the second way is harder because you fall, because you fall really a lot of time. You have this bad experience that you do something but then you fall, you do something but then you fall. And to go with this road is way harder to for mentally, for to just rely that sometime you will came to what you need. Sometime you will not fail, and so on. But the first way is just when you do possible thing. I don't want to I don't want to say that you need to do it for for your entire life. You need to just do it. You just need to do it when you just need to do it at the very beginning for 500 for 100 days, for first 100 days, 550 days, and 50 days month, to just overcame through the most hard the most hard moments of doing something that you don't want to do. And when you do something constantly, you create the habit to do this, to pay attention to it, to uh, not harm yourself for this moment. Because if you harm, if because if something happened at this moment, you also have, as I said before, you get bad experience. And this bad experience can push you away from doing this thing, because you saw, oh shit, I injured, or I got some issues with my health or something else. Because we are not all David Goggins, and he's crazy. He ran first 100 miles without preparation. But I think people, if somebody want to start from something, they just need to start from possible thing. It's already will be winning for him to uh to to get from nothing to something. And it's also can hard for somebody. It's also can be hard for somebody. It's not even it's possible for you. It's not. It doesn't mean that it's easy for you.
Anton, you earn money by consulting people to help them with motivation, achieving their goals, and you have your community with almost 5K uh, subscribers in your Telegram channel. What are the common requests from people whom you train? What is the most common issue?
I think uh, they all think that they have not enough time for anything, and I can understand people because it really seems that it's not enough time, but they just don't want to find this time. There's always have we always have enough time for anything. Yes, we can. Yes, sometimes we can't do that well that we said, but we can do some minimal in that thing we need to do. And even when you don't have enough time to do something, you can sacrifice your sleep time, for example, sacrifice your social media time. It's needless thing. You can don't enter there. And this is the first problem. Second problem, I think uh, they don't observe what is going on in their mind, because there's always going on there's always something going on. For example, they because for example, when you observe what is going on there, you can notice that, okay, right now I need to do that thing, and now I have some thoughts that and then you have these type of things that can excuse uh, you from doing some can excuse you from doing something. And mostly it's because we don't observe what is going on inside of our head. If we would observe, we would uh, stop this thoughts, stop to think about it, just start to find a way. And also a good thing is to stop thinking about, oh, how it will difficult, or how much time it takes. We just need to start think about, okay, what do I need to do to complete this, to finish this as fast as possible, for example, to finish this right now, what I need to do to I mean, find a way how to do it, but not find a way how to don't do it.
Got it. Now I want to ask you some final questions, which supposed to be answered shortly, but you are free to spend any time on answer. Um, do you have any memorable thing from running for 37 hours? The last 20 220K you did recently.
uh, Nobody knows, but at the point of 110K, some weird dog followed me since that moment to until sunrise.
Wow.
About
How
40K or 50K.
wow.
Run with me all the night
Wow.
when it was dangerous, because we have bears in
Bears. Bears.
bears in the village. And it was like my it was like person who it was like my security
Wow.
during the run. And also, I had that moment when it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't have any energy to continue running and even talking to camera. I just was like, and for 40 seconds about, I slept, then wake up, slept, wake up, sleep. Yeah,
Wow.
that moment was
Um, when do you feel happier? When you do workout or when you go run?
when I finish all of this.
Okay. Um, what is your current mission?
I think to find a way how we can control ourselves, how we can build our willpower or discipline or self-control to to fight with our temptations, to fight with these thoughts, to fight with addiction, and be in control of our life. Because if we don't control our life control us.
And the last question, you are definitely motivating people. Why it is important to do this?
Because I remember when I was at that place when nobody can help me because I don't even know what help I needed. And I think a lot of people now at that place when I was at that place when that I had before that I had, and I just want to help them to get through it because I have this experience and this experience is really ridiculous. So I want to just help with yeah.
Got it. Thank you, Anton. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.